What's up, guys? Welcome to the show. So I figured I'd shoot this video while everything's still fresh in my mind. The movie's still fresh in my mind, but I did end up seeing The Exorcist Believer not even an hour ago. And originally I thought this was a remake. For some reason everybody was saying this was a remake of the original Exorcist, but it was not. It was not a remake of the original Exorcist. It was a sequel to the 74 version. So having the mindset that this was the sequel, it was a really good movie. It did a really great job of taking me back to that 1974 Exorcist in the way, in the style that it was shot, and just the look of the film, the grain of the film, the feel of the film. It took me back a lot to that 74, film in those ways. It was really good. It was acted really well. It was slower moving, just like the 74 version. I found the 74 version like slower moving. It wasn't just like bam, there you go. It was about a 2 hour. It was pretty much 2 hours on the dot. This movie. So it was a slower moving, and it was a good build up. It wasn't just like boom, you're there. It was a good build up. I like the fact that they had two kids possessed in this movie instead of just the one, following that story along, because it really helped things along. You got to see, this possession as well as that possession. You got two possessions basically for the price of one, which I really, really liked as well. I thought this was a really great movie, and the way that they brought back, the original mom and the original daughter. Of course, we didn't see the original daughter in the film, and hopefully I'm not spoiling this for everybody, but we didn't see the original daughter until the very end of the movie. But the mom she wasn't a big part of the movie. She was just kind of there, and I was kind of hoping, the only downfall of it was I was kind of hoping that she would be more of a main part of the film. You know what I mean? Like, they kind of like, the daughter gets possessed, and then like he ends up getting the book that the mom had wrote from the original. Reagan's mom, Reagan, the original daughter, Reagan's mom basically wrote this book on her daughter's possession. So he seeks her out, and then like tries to get her to help, with the Exorcist, because she went through that, and she kind of explains, well, I didn't actually witness the possession, like the exorcism, but I witnessed the possession, yada yada yada. And then she was just kind of there, like she didn't really help out in any way. She kind of spent like the majority of the film and her part in a hospital bed, which I wasn't really a fan of. I kind of would have liked to have seen her come in the exorcism. I really like how they did the exorcism in this one. It wasn't just like the usual classic one-on-one priest trying to get out this demon from these kids. It kind of took multiple religions and like a bunch of people trying different things all at once to really get this demons out of these kids. And yeah, I mean, it was a really great film with the mindset that this is the sequel. Like, this was the sequel to it. It was a really great film. I was really, really excited for it. I was really looking forward to this movie. It wasn't as good as I'd hoped. I was kind of going into it with the mindset that this would be a 10 out of 10. I probably would give it like a 7 out of 10. Just because, like, the reason I wouldn't give it a perfect 10 out of 10 because I was hoping that, like, because they brought, Reagan back, they brought the mom back, I was hoping that they would have a bigger part of this movie. You know what I mean? Like, I was hoping that, at least we'd hear from Reagan, you know what I mean? Instead of her just kind of making an appearance, we would, kind of the mom would have helped out with the exorcism a little bit more. And it didn't really give a good backside on the demons or where the demons were from, anything like that. It was just kind of like the kids walk into the woods and then like bam, they're possessed. In the original 74 exorcism, we got a backstory of like, where this demon came from, stuff like that, and how the possession happened. But this one we didn't. It was just kind of like bam, they're possessed. So I would have liked to have seen more of the backstory on like, why they were possessed, how they became that way, really, you know what I mean, like that whole thing. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I thought it was a good movie, 7 out of 10. I thought it was really well written, really well shot. They stuck true to the original 74, and they made the sequel. I think this is the right sequel that they made for sure, and I really liked it. But yeah, anyway, that's a video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll check the next one.